And Alba MP most recently. Put your hands together for Kenny MacAskill!
Thanks, Tommy. Well, I'm here not to speak in my own right or indeed for the Alba party. You've heard from Tasmina and from Alec. I'm here to make an address on behalf of the shop stewards from Grangemouth Refinery who were invited, but as you can imagine, things are very busy for them, so I agreed to come along and make the points on their behalf. And the 2 points I want to make, first of all, is that this fight is Scotland's fight, and I'll come on and detail that. But even before I make that point, I want to make sure that you know the shop stewards and the workforce are up for this fight, because they know that if they lose, they're a very young workforce. They're a lot younger than me. They're young men and young women. They anticipated working there or growing up and bringing up their families there. But if this refinery closes, it's not just hundreds of jobs, it's thousands of jobs. It's skills for a generation, and for them, it will mean emigration or moving south of the border. They'll be forced to go from their native land, and they have, as I say, formed the view that they're going to make a stand, as is done before. We've gathered in Glasgow and we've gathered in George Square for industrial fights before. We've been here for the mines, we've been here for the shipyards, we've been here for the steel industry, we've been even here for the right to work. But what we've got to do now is to fight for the oil refinery at Grangemouth. There is something perverse that an oil-producing nation that Scotland is, in the top 25 nations that produce oil, we will be the only one that will not have a refinery capacity. Many countries have several, even Norway has 2, and we'll be left bereft. The only countries that are akin to this are countries like the Republic of Congo or Trinidad and Tobago, who produce less oil than Scotland, but who see their resource taken. They see it refined and developed, and then they're sold it back at a premium. That's what's going to happen to Scotland. They're going to exploit our natural resource and they're going to return it to us, and we'll have to pay extra for it. That's why this fight has to take place. The plant is profitable. It might not make the money that Manchester United Football Club make or some other big businesses, but this does turn a coin and it can be made even more profitable. So what we've got to do is to ensure that Grangemouth Refinery stays, because as I said, it's the loss of thousands of jobs and it's a devastation of our industry. At the same time, we've got a situation, as I left Dunbar this morning, we've got wind turbines on the Forth, we've got wind turbines on our hills, we've got all this oil, gas, renewables and fossil fuels, and we're coming into a winter where our old folk can't afford to heat their homes. It is utterly perverse that we're an energy-rich nation and yet we're a people who the majority will be living in fuel poverty. That's why we've got to make the stand for Grangemouth. There is an interested buyer. That buyer has to be allowed to take it over. If they're willing to buy it and pay a fair price, let me say this. The whole idea that the Tories signed off £500 million to support INEOS opening up a plant in Antwerp. That money's still there. It hasn't been cancelled by Labour, but the Labour government must be told that not one penny will go to INEOS if refinery and oil ends in Grangemouth. INEOS can go. Others who are prepared to work in it must be given that chance, but Grangemouth Refinery must remain. Stand with the shop stewards, stand with the Union, and let's protect Grangemouth Refinery and the industrial capacity that we are proud of and still possess in this land. Thank you.